hearted milkman in grief am arrayed, for keeping of the company of a young servant maid. Oh, bring that saw, will you, boy? Out of the barrow. Who lived on board wages, the house to keep clean, of a gentleman family in Paddington Green.
My father wasn't always blind. He hit his head on the branch of a tree, and the retinas left the balls of his eyes. That's how I looked to my father from childhood onwards. That's how my wife and his grandchildren looked.
Nonsense! You're going to sleep in the middle bedroom.
I don't want to sleep in the middle bedroom.
Have you got the key? I want to change it.
Oh.
Just a few.
They're decent to feast on our dahlias. Put them to the slaughter.
All right.
Dahlias are all right, are they?
Yes.
Describe them for me.
Well, they're red, yellow.
Blousy. Go on to me frankly. Middle-aged, are they? Past it, eh?
Well...
Oh, go on. You paint me the picture. You be my eyes, huh?
My father was blind, but we never mentioned it. He had a great disinclination to mention anything unpleasant. What was that? Courage? Cowardice? Indifference? Or caring too completely?
Have we? Yeah? Okay.
Why didn't he blaspheme? Beat his head against the pitch-black walls around him? Why didn't he curse God? He had a great capacity for rage, but never at the universe.
This egg is bloody runny. It's in the most revolting condition. What are you trying to do, choke me to death? Have you all gone mad? Am I totally surrounded by cretins? In 6 months she married this hard-hearted girl. But he was not a viscount and he was not a earl. It was not a baronet but a shade or two was. 'Twas the bow-legged conductor of a twopenny bus. The boy here?
Yes, dear, he's here.
Don't let anyone ever deceive you into believing that the world was created in 6 days.
Would you like your coffee now, dear?
The evolution of the horse was the most tortuous process. His coffee's frozen like a sort of Arctic mud.
Shall I make you some fresh, dear?
Rather like it. 6 days' labor wouldn't even evolve one primitive earthworm. Got some more of that. So, none of your 6 days nonsense, What are you trying to do now? Scold me to death?
The three of us lived in a small house, surrounded, as if for protection, by an enormous garden. My father was driven to the station, where he caught a train to London and his work as a barrister, In a great hearse-like car, which he would no more have thought of replacing each year than he would have accepted a different kind of suit or a new gardening hat. Mr. Ringer Lean, who drove it, treated the car as though it were a nervous stallion.
Come on, me old beauty. A bit frisky this morning. Want a quick rub down with the sporting life? There we are. Morning, ma'am.
Morning.
Morning, Gov.
Lean.
The old Austin's got a bit lame today. Going doesn't suit her. It's a bit heavy. Come on, me old beauty.
Just here. Right. Report of Mr. Thong.
Private detective. Right, go on, read it.
Observation was commenced at 9 p.m. At 11 p.m., the wife was seen to enter the house in the company of a gentleman with a moustache who was identified as the correspondent Dacres. Bedroom light came on at 11:05 p.m. and was extinguished 5 minutes later. The next day, inspection of the bedroom revealed
Go on, what did it reveal?
male and female clothing.
Scattered. What was that? Do speak up, dear.
Male and female clothing.
Scattered, all right, go on.
We were able to inspect the sheets and observe
Oh, do go on, dear.
stains.
What was that?
Stains.
He never used a white stick, but his clouded malacca was heard daily, tapping the corridors of the law courts. He had no use for therapy, dogs, or training, nor did he adapt himself to his condition. He simply pretended that nothing had happened.
It's Mr. Barrister, dear. He's for the husband.
Give me, are you Bulstrode? Give me?
Bousted.
Oh, Bulstrode, of course. Excuse me, please. Where are you?
Here. I'm here.
I've been studying your case pretty closely, and I have a suggestion to make, which might be useful to you.
Really?
Yes, what I have to suggest, dear boy, is that you might like, my dear boy, to throw in your hand, surrender. Now, wouldn't that make life more comfortable?
Certainly not. I'd say we had some pretty valuable evidence.
You terrify me, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Thong.
Mr. Thong, what price did you put on your valuable evidence?
I'm a private inquiry agent,
A professional witness.
charging the usual fee.
30 pieces of silver.
But I object, this is outrageous.
Perhaps that was not entirely relevant.
Then let me ask you something which is very relevant, which goes straight to the secret heart of this wretched little conspiracy. Where was my client's husband during these observations?
Captain Waring had accompanied me as we kept watch.
And did he not storm the house? Did he not beat upon the door? Did he not seize his wife's paramour by the throat and hurl him into the gutter?
According to my notebook, no.
What's the fellow say?
Not according to his notebook, dear.
And then, according to your notebook, was he enjoying himself?
Really?
Please, Mr. Bulstrode, I have sat here for 3 days like patients on a monument, while a series of spiteful, mean, petty, sickening, and small-minded charges are tediously paraded against the unfortunate woman I represent. And now, when I rise to cross-question, I will not be interrupted.
Gentlemen, please. What was your question?
I have forgotten it. My learned friend's interruption has had the effect he no doubt intended, and I have forgotten my question.
But this is intolerable.
No, I've remembered it again. Did he enjoy the night he spent in the field from which he was miraculously able to overlook his own kitchen?
He sent words into the darkness like soldiers to battle, and was never short of reinforcements. In the law courts, he gave his public performance.
You must understand that Captain Waring has already given evidence to this court.
On the subject of racing glasses?
No, Mr. Bulstrode. On the subject of love, he has told us that he was deeply and sincerely in love with his wife.
I don't know anything about that.
Exactly, Mr. Thong. You are hardly an expert witness on the subject of love, are you? Members of the jury, love has driven men and women in times past to curious extremes. It led Juliet to feign death and Ophelia to madness. No doubt it disturbed the serenity of the Garden of Eden, and we are told it started the Trojan War. But surely there is no more curious example of the mysterious effects of the passion than the spectacle of Captain Waring of the Royal Engineers, roosting in a tree, complacently viewing the seduction of his beloved through a pair of strong racing binoculars. It's not the whole story, members of the jury. An improbable and impertinent tissue of falsehoods.
But as soon as possible, he returned to the safety of the dahlias. The ritual of the evening earwig hunt. Visitors were rare, and if spotted, my father would move further into the foliage until the danger was past.
Oh, really? I'm going to ground. Oh. Coast clear.
I'm sure she saw us.
Well, I hope she did. Make the wretched woman understand. We dread visitors. Where's the boy?
I was to be prepared for life, complete with house shoes, gym shoes, football boots, shirts grey, shirts white, bulldog Drummond, mint humbugs, boxing gloves, sponge bags, and my seating plans for all the London theatres.
And Mr. Lean's going to drive him at 3:30.
3:30.
Yes, dear, Mr. Lean's going to drive him.
All education is totally useless, but it does pass the time. Well, the boy can't mope around here all day long doing the crossword till this time he gets married.
Married? There's plenty of time to think about that when he's learned to keep his bedroom tidy. The headmaster seemed rather charming.
No one ever got a word of sense out of any schoolmaster. You may, at a pinch, take their word about equilateral hexagons, but life's a closed book to them.
I've packed you some mint humbugs. They're light humbugs.
Don't expect any advice from me, I hope. All advice is useless.
I've still got to mark your hockey stick.
You're alone in this world, and there's nothing anyone can tell you about it. What's the matter with the boy?
You're never crying.
Say the word rats. Nobody can cry if they say rats. It's something to do with the muscles of the face.
Rats, 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 rats.
Now, new boys, stand up now. Let me have a look at you. Someday, some far distant day, you will be 1 yearers. Then you'll be 2 yearers, then 3 yearers. You will go away and you will write letters, and I shall try hard to remember you. Then you'll be old boys. Old cliffhangers you shall become, and the fruit of your loins shall return to the school by the water. Leave the room, the boy who laughed. The fruit of your loins shall return and stand here, even as you are standing here, and we shall teach them. We shall give them sound advice, so that hungry generations of boys shall learn not to eat peas with their knives, or butter their hair, or clean their fingernails with bus tickets. You shall be taught to wash, to bowl straight, and to wipe your dirty noses. In the sixth form, you shall see something of golf. You will look upon the staff as your friends. At all times, you will call us by nicknames. I am Noah. My wife is Mrs. Noah. You are the animals. My son Lance is Shem, Mr. Pearson, Mr. Box, Ham, and Japhet. Matron is Matey, and Mr. Bingo Allard is... Mr. Bingo Allard is Mr. Bingo Allard. These mysteries have I explained to you, O litter of runts. Live and fool, live and fool.
Home of the happy days.
Wherever we rule.
You are the school we praise.
A hanger.
Stop it, boy! Bomb on howitzer! Stop letting me daylights out of you! Don't bomb you to hell! Get your tin hats on! It's coming over now! What's on the square? What square, you unfortunate cretin on the other two sides? Right angle, bloody triangle! Stop you, boy! Go and stop and bomb you to hell! All right. All right. War's over. Armistice Day. Demob. I suppose you want compensation.
If you like, sir.
How many books did I throw?
6, sir. That's not counting the duster.
Threepence a book and penny the duster. Is that fair?
I'd say so, sir.
From Ham, I learnt the healing power of money.
I'm writing to you from outside the President's court at the start of a divorce case. Like all divorce cases, this one is concerned with sex. The subject you will find to be filled with comic relief. Like you, I shall today be rubbing up against second-rate minds.
Hallelujah, give us a hand now to revive us again. Hallelujah, I'm a bum. Hallelujah. Do you know what a bum is?
Yes, sir.
In the American colonies, dear boy, a bum is not your posterior. Bum is a penniless person.
Seriously, sir?
Hallelujah, bum again. Hallelujah, give us a hand now. Now look, nobody's going to laugh at you if you use 2 simple chords. You see? This and this. That's all. Just 2 simple chords. Always. For every tune. Take my tip. Sing in the back of your nose so that it sounds as if you crossed the States by railroad. When springtime does come, oh, won't we have fun? We'll throw up our jobs and we'll go on the bum. Look as if you know what you're doing and nobody's going to laugh. By the way, you don't tie that tie of yours properly.
What properly, sir?
With the big knot. The way he wears it.
He?
The king, of course.
Oh, yes, sir. Of course. That's Lydia, isn't it, sir?
Oh, is it?
She makes our beds.
The king and I, we've got a lot in common.
Yes, sir.
Same tie, same trouble.
What trouble's that, sir?
Woman trouble. Just like the jolly old king.
The king and Japhet were both tussling with the problems from which my father made his living.
Let's get on with it, shall we? Yes. You will please to hear, I won Jimson v. Jimson. The wife was convicted of adultery in the front seat of a motor car parked in Hampstead Garden suburb. One vital bit of evidence consisted of footmarks on the dashboard.
Is that really suitable,
just
dear?
put that down, dear. Get on. My own final speech lasted 4 hours, and I made several jokes. At home, we are cutting our Korean chrysanthemums and making marmalade. An unusually large plague of earwigs this summer. Ever your loving father.
Keep the envelopes.
For the stamps?
To put the fish in on Sunday nights. The fish is disgusting. Put it in envelopes and post it down the box.
Why in envelopes?
Well, you just can't put bits of fish. Not straight in your pocket. Is your mother slim?
Fairly slim.
Is your father good at golf?
Pretty good.
My mother's slim as a bluebell.
Well, mine's quite slim too, really. She goes to cocktail parties.
Slim as a bluebell. With yellow eyes.
Yellow?
Like a panther.
Oh, I see.
Very small feet. High heels, of course. Does your mother wear high heels?
Whenever she goes to cocktail parties, she wears them then.
My mother wears high heels, even at breakfast. Of course, she's slim as a bluebell.
But November the 11th brought embarrassing revelations.
O Lord, inasmuch as we are now paraded on Lower School Field on this Armistice Day, help us, Lord of hosts, to remember those old cliffhangers who fell upon alien soil in the late great match. Grant us their spirit, we beseech thee, O Lord, that we may go over the top to our common entrance examination and our football fixtures, armed with the cold steel of thy holy word. Give us, if thy will be done, give us the great opportunity to shed our blood for our country and our beloved school, and fill us with that feeling of sportsmanship which led our fathers to fix bayonets and fight until the last whistle blew. We shall now sing the concluding song on our hymn sheet, God of our fathers, known of old.
Lord
fly, and as proud as a queen was pretty little Polly Perkins of Paddington Green. The shouting guys, the captains and the kings. 'Twas the bow-legged conductor of a twopenny vessel.
Your mother doesn't look much like a panther.
That isn't my mother.
She's not much of a bluebell either. Who is she then?
Just the dear good old soul who promised to look after me.
When?
When they smuggled me out of Russia, after the revolution. They smuggled me out in a wickerwork trunk. I was 10 days and nights on the rack in the carriage of the Siberian Railway.
When I was a boy, I never minded the lessons. I just resented having to work so terribly hard at games.
Hey.
My parents are getting a divorce.
Why? Are they unfaithful?
Oh, always. I told you. My mother goes to cocktail parties. Mine? Here they come.
The boys are going to put on an entertainment.
Oh, I like an entertainment. What is it? Something out of Boy's Own?
I wrote it.
You what?
I'm sure Ragged helped. Didn't you, Ragged?
He didn't help.
We hope it will keep you from thinking of your great unhappiness.
Ragged's got your greatcoat, and the boy's wearing your old Sam Brown. We can see Ragged's artistic. He's making a very lively performance.
Bill?
Who is it?
It's me, Bill. Harry.
Harry? I can't see you, old fellow. There's this damn gas everywhere. Take my hand.
Where are you?
Out here by the wire. Listen.
What?
They've stopped strapping. I say, if we ever get back to the old country...
What?
I want you to marry Helen.
You said you'd never let Helen marry a chap who sunk the top diving board at Roehampton.
Never mind what I said, Harry. I saw you today on the North Redoubt. You were in there batting for England. You shall have my little sister boy. My hand on it.
I can't feel your hand, Bill.
I can't see you, Harry.
I'm cold.
I'm afraid we'll never see England again.
What's the matter with us?
We're dead, old fellow. Can't you understand? We're both of us dead.
Dead? That's what we are, Bill.
Oh, very killing dead.
Come and have your tea now, boys.
Quite right, boys. If they ever give us another war, avoid the temptation to do anything heroic. That's my advice to you.
You know, I'll tell you something about your father.
What?
He can't see. He's blind, isn't he?
It was the question our family never asked. Naturally, I didn't answer.
Sorry you're leaving.
Not altogether.
Chassez, boy, chassez. I'm leaving too. Perhaps you heard.
Yes, I know, sir. Lydia left yesterday. We had to make our own beds.
Yes, Lydia's left. I've abdicated. So has the poor old king.
Him as well.
He broadcast this afternoon. We all heard him on Noah's radiogram. The king has given up everything for love. I told you we had a lot in common. Take my advice. Don't give up everything for love.
No, I won't, sir.
It's just not on, that's all. They're simply not on.
Are you going to Noah's talk? It's for all of us, leavers.
The one where he tells you the facts of life. I've heard quite enough about them to be going on with.
Now, what was I going to tell you? Yes. I feel I ought to warn you about dreams. You'll have them. Oh, certainly you'll have them. And in the morning, you may say to yourself, you rotter to have had a dream like that. Well, you can't help it. That's all. You simply can't help them. Not dreams. Of course, if you're awake, you can do something about it. You can change into a pair of shorts and go for a run across country, or get into a bath and turn on the cold tap. You can always do that. Your housemaster will understand. He'll understand if you should have been up to a French lesson, or matins, or some such thing. Just say, sir, I had to have a bath, or go for a run, or whatever it is. Just say to Mr. Raffles, or Humphrey Stigler, or Percy Parr, just say, Mr. Raffles or Mr. Parr, depending on what school you're at, of course, that, sir, is what I felt the need to do. He'll understand perfectly. Now, another thing. When sleeping, always lie on the right side, not on the face for obvious reasons. Not on the left side, stops the heart. Not on the back, encourages dreams. Just the right side, all the time. Now, to the most serious problem you're likely to run up against. Friends. You may find that a boy from another class, or house even, comes up to you and says, let's be friends, or even offers you a slice of cake. Now, that's a simple one, a perfectly simple one to deal with. Just say, very loudly, I'm going straight to tell the housemaster. Straight away, no hesitation about it. Remember, the only real drawback to our great public school system is unsolicited cake. Is that very clear? Go straight and tell the housemaster.
Do you have dreams?
Not very much.
I once dreamt about the fish. What? Well, that fish they gave us on Sunday nights that we put down the loo. I dreamt this came swimming back up again and invaded the school.
Do you feel bad? About dreaming that, I mean?
I suppose so.
That must have been what he meant.
It wasn't until later that I realized the headmaster had been trying to advise us on a subject my father often brought up unexpectedly in the middle of tea.
Sex. Sex has been greatly overrated by the poets. I don't remember having many mistresses with thighs like white marble.
Would you like a biscuit now, dear?
Could you hurt me, sweet lips, as I hurt you, men touched them, and change in a trice the lilies and languors of virtue to the roses and raptures of vice? Where's my bloody biscuit?
I put your biscuit in your saucer, dear.
From their lips have thy lips taken fever? Is the breath of them hot in thy hair?
What did he know of the sharp uncertainties of love?
Have you ever had anything so revolting? Breath of them hot in thy hair. Oh, sex is pretty uphill work, if you ask me.
I don't agree.
Sex has been greatly overrated by the poets.
I don't happen to agree.
Who's that?
It's the boy. Whatever have you got on?
Boy's been very quiet lately.
He's wearing my old Liberty scarf tied as a cravat.
A cravat? How killing.
I don't think sex has been overrated exactly.
Like some tea? Do you take sugar? I always forget.
No sugar. We've got new neighbours.
It's a ridiculous inconvenience of sex. They're never right about that. New neighbours. Perhaps we better plant some more poplars.
Miss Baker and Miss Cox.
Who?
Two ladies who run the new bookshop by the station. Apparently the boy went in to buy a book and they found him simpatico.
He hasn't invited them here, I hope. Hasn't encouraged them to drop in for a glass of sherry. Oh, my God, that's not them, is it?
Well, it might be.
Oh, well, I shall go to earth. I shall disappear without trace. Oh, my poor boy, you missed the evening foray after earwigs. Oh, dear, what a pity.
I could have kissed you when you first came into our shop.
Could you really?
And actually bought a book. Most people come in for pamphlets, 100 Things to Do with Dried Eggs, published by the Ministry of Food. Is your family out?
Cocktail parties. Would you like a drink?
Oh, rather. I'd adore a Pernod. Bill and I got used to Pernod in Cassis.
Oh, who's Bill?
I'm Bill. She's Daphne.
I'm afraid we're out of Pernod.
Sherry would be lovely. We've never actually met your father.
No. We looked over the gate one evening and shouted. He was busy doing something with a bucket.
Probably the earwigs.
What?
He drowns earwigs every night. Well, cheerio.
Got the bucket, have you?
It's quite a small house, isn't it, really? I mean, you know, when you consider the size of the garden.
Haven't those visitors left yet?
Bloody war. I've been called up. The Women's Land Army.
They're putting Bill on the land.
I'll probably ruin the crops.
It's the war, Bill. We all have to make sacrifices. Most of our friends go into the fire service. They get more time for writing between fires.
Your garden might give me a few ideas on digging for victory.
Oh!
I mean, you'll probably end up as a writer, won't you?
For the drowning.
Have you abandoned me totally?
Coming, darling. Isn't there an easier way of getting rid of the earwigs?
Easier way? Sometimes I think women don't understand anything. Did he get rid of his visitors?
They went.
Oh, is that you?
Yes, it's me.
What are you doing here?
Helping you.
Consider the persistence of the earwig. Each afternoon, it feasts itself upon our dahlia blooms. Each evening, it crawls up into our flower pots and goes to sleep. We empty the pots and drown the earwigs, and the cry is, still they come. Nature's remorseless.
I may be a writer.
If we did this for 1,000,000 years, all over the world, do you think we'd make one small dent in the pattern of evolution? That we produce an earwig that could swim? Do a little law, won't you? Just to please me. I've had a lot of fun out of the law.
Have you ever been to the south of France?
Once or twice. It's all right. Except for the dreadful, greasy food they can't stop boasting about.
Bill and Daphne say the worst of the war is they can't get to the south of France.
Who are they?
The ladies from the bookshop. Daphne is Miss Cox.
Bill?
Bill's Miss Baker.
Damn rum.
They practically lived in Cannes before the war. They met Cocteau.
Who?
He smoked opium. Have you ever smoked opium?
Certainly not. Gives you constipation. Dreadful binding effect. Ever see any pictures of that wretched poet Coleridge? Green about the gills and a stranger to the lavatory. Avoid opium.
They may find me a war job.
Why, is old Bill on the general staff?
No, they have a friend who makes propaganda films for the government. He needs an assistant.
At least there's nothing heroic about it. Were you at the bottom of Windmill Hill?
Yes. Are we going to the top?
Yes, certainly. I mean, you want to see 3 counties, don't you?
All right.
See everything. Everything in nature. That's the instinct of the mayfly. 24 hours to live, then spend it looking around.
We've got more time.
Don't you believe it? If they ever say to you, your old father can't have had much of a life, overdrawn at the bank, bad-tempered, and nobody much ever went to see him, nonsense, you say. He enjoyed every minute of it.
Did you want to go on now?
If you consider the embryo of the liver fluke, born in sheep's droppings, searching for a shell to bore into so it can live in a snail until it becomes tadpole-like, then leaves its host, only to be eaten up again by another sheep. If you consider such complicated persistence, well, of course, I've clung on for 65 years. It's the instinct, that's all. The irrepressible instinct.
Well, we're at the top now.
Yeah, you see the 3 counties? Well, be my eyes, paint me the picture.
I can just see 3 counties. Stretched out. That's all I can see.
Fine prospect.
A fine prospect.
Yeah.
Shall we go home now?
Well, 4:35?
I think it's more.
Oh. Well, you painted me the picture. We've seen a lot today. We've seen a great deal of the monstrous persistence of nature.
Jerry's being a bit naughty tonight then, Hilda?
Yeah. Tea, love?
Tar, love.
Sugars, do you?
Tar.
You know, I've been thinking.
Have you, Hilda?
Oh, yes, Sandra. I've been thinking.
What about then, Hilda?
You know what I reckon this war's all about?
No.
It's just our freedom. Our freedom to talk to each other.
Cart? That was magnificent. Totally real.
Thank
Couldn't
you.
do that with actors. Don't you think that was magnificent?
Totally magnificent.
Listen, lad. You interested in the creative side of filmmaking?
Oh, yes, of course.
Then go and buy me 20 players. All right, now we move in really tight on Hilda.
How's the writers' department? They say I'm not cut out to be an assistant director. When I yelled for quiet, all the electricians went on strike. They say with me as an assistant director, the war will be over before the film's finished. Smoke?
Thanks.
What's the script?
Oh, it's something Humphrey wants to do. There's a character in it called the... There's a character in it called the Common Man. He keeps on saying, look here, matey, what is the World Health Organization?
Oh, sounds ghastly.
It is, rather.
Why do you bother to write it, then?
Oh, I suppose... The school fees?
Oh, you're studying something?
No, you fool. It's my kids. Peter's only got his captain's pay, and I can't possibly afford to send them on my husband.
He's overseas?
Uxbridge. In army education.
My father always says that in time of war, one should avoid the temptation to do anything heroic. I think after today I'll give up the film business, take up the law. My father's a lawyer.
You always copy your father?
Good God, no.
Really? You look the sort to agree with Dad.
Well, there's one thing he says I don't agree with.
Oh? What's that?
He says that sex has been greatly overrated by the poets.
They're going to hate me.
Oh, of course they're not.
I must try and do something about this face.
Oh, yes, you must.
Bit of war paint to impress your father.
It won't impress him.
Thank you very much.
He won't be able to see what you look like. My father's blind.
All right.
Oh,
darling.
Hello.
Oh.
She's just...
You must be Elizabeth. How do you do? You've heard so much about you.
How's father?
Come and have a glass of sherry, Elizabeth. I usually walk round the garden before dinner.
My tie! Oh, God, where's my tie? Oh, can't anybody even get me a waistcoat? If you only knew the loneliness of getting dressed.
I'll... Here. Here.
Oh, thank you. Is you?
Yes, it's me.
Well, I suppose you expect me to talk about it?
Well, I know it came as a bit of a shock to you when Peter divorced Elizabeth.
Must have come a bit of a shock to you, too, didn't it? When you found she was of marriageable state. I mean, you're hardly in a state to get married, are you? How long have you been at the bar?
9 months.
9 months. I'd been in practice for 10 years before I felt the slightest need to marry your mother.
Well, perhaps needs weren't so urgent then.
See the waistcoat, Elizabeth?
Yeah, here you are.
Have you got any work to do?
A little work.
Unsuccessful defense in serious case of non-renewed dog license. That won't keep you in cleaning powder.
I don't want to be kept in soap powder.
But you'll have no alternative once you're married. Your no income will be frittered away on vim, saucepan scourers, mansion polish, children's vests and such like luxuries.
I'm quite prepared to take on her children.
You sound like a railway train. Short stop to take on children. Shall I, yeah, I think so. I understand your poor girl's coming for the weekend. We seem to be, nowadays, almost submerged in visitors.
I hope you're not going to be rude to her.
Oh, your poor girl and I will soon come to a certain understanding.
Oh, for God's sake, why do you keep calling her my poor girl?
That's something I'll have to explain to her. Rhododendrons out?
Yes, dear.
Fine show of rhododendrons. And the Philadelphus?
Just out.
Just out. And smelling sweetly. And is our guest with us?
Yes, dear. Elizabeth is here.
I've often wondered about my son. Does he treat girls well?
Now, why have you wondered that?
Well, I once knew a fella called Arthur Pennyquick. He was like you in many ways. He didn't treat girls well.
Please, dear, I don't think Arthur Pennyquick's quite suitable.
Oh, do tell us. What did he do to girls?
Well, I was out with him one evening, and he picked up a gal,
in the promenade of the Alhambra Music Hall, and before he took her away, he took out his gold cufflinks and gave them to me for safekeeping in front of the girl. I was so sick and angry. Disgusting.
You think if you sleep with someone, you should trust them with your cufflinks?
Well, not remove them in front of the girl. Well, we've seen a fine show of rhododendrons.
Yes, dear, and I showed you the polyanthus.
Yes, yes. The result of much laboursome potting up.
Why do you bother?
What?
I said, why do you bother to do all this gardening? I mean, when you can't see it.
Elizabeth.
Well, he can't, can he? Why do you all walk about pretending he's not blind?
Is this you?
Yes.
Would you take me down to the West Copse? I'd like a report on the Magnolia. Would you do that? Be my eyes?
Come then.
She does have nice eyes.
Yes.
Not at all the eyes of a divorced person.
If only he could see her, he'd understand why I want to marry her.
Oh, he understands that. I think his main difficulty is understanding why she should want to marry you.
When I was a child, the woods were dark and full of flies, and we picked bracken leaves to swat them. And he told me we carried cutlasses to hack our way through the jungle. I used to shut my eyes at dead rats or magpies gibbeted on the trees. Sights his blindness spared him. He walked with his hand on my arm, a small hand with loose brown skin. From time to time, I had an urge to pull away from him, to run into the trees and hide, to leave him alone, lost in perpetual darkness. But then his hand would tighten on my sleeve. He was very persistent.
Come over, did you? In your own little car?
You've been trying to put him off?
Oh, not at all.
I told him you put him off.
He asked for my advice.
And I suppose you gave it to him?
I never give advice. Must be quite an asset, having your own personal transport.
We've made up our minds.
And your children, I believe, are really quite attractive for children.
He gets on marvelously with them.
And then you have your own bits and pieces of furniture. A fine bedroom suite, they tell me, in a good state of preservation. You know, you're quite a catch if you want my honest opinion.
Well, then, you ought to be glad for him.
For him? Oh, no, no. Look here, I say seriously, joking apart, you're not going to marry him, are you? I mean, he's got no assets of any kind, not even a kitchen cupboard. And there's something else. He won't like it, you know, if you catch the flu.
Really?
Oh, yes. Most people are sympathetic towards illness. They're kind if people develop high temperatures. They even cause it them, but not him. Oh, no. One sneeze and he'll be off in the opposite direction.
I thought it was me you might disapprove of.
Oh, why ever?
Well, think he's marrying someone unsuitable.
Oh, no. I mean, you have particularly nice eyes, they tell me.
Thank you.
Couldn't you do better than someone who bolts when you get 2 degrees above normal?
I hadn't thought about it.
Oh, well, do think about it. Think about it seriously. You could do better than that. I'm prepared to take a bet on it. It's getting cold.
I'll take you in.
In that case, my father's advocacy failed. In time, he became reconciled to me as a husband for his daughter-in-law.
Good evening. Oh, hello there.
Well?
10 guineas for that divorce.
Oh, darling, that's marvellous.
Thank God for adultery.
I had to get them new vests.
What do they do with their vests? Here's my opinion, they eat their vests.
Oh, and knicker linings. They need new knicker linings.
Don't go mad. I don't get paid for years in the law.
Can't you ask for it?
Well, of course not. George collects the fees.
Who's George?
Our clerk. It's his department.
I thought his name was Henry.
Well, it is, but Father calls him George.
What on earth does he do that?
Because Father had a clerk called George who got killed on the Somme. So when Henry took over, Father went on calling him George.
Well, Henry doesn't much like that, if you ask me.
George doesn't mind.
You always think no one minds about your father.
Should we go to the pub?
What on?
Family allowance.
All right. I'll get Susan down. Should we play bar billiards?
Oh, like the night when Peter walked in, do you remember?
And said, this is the end of our marriage. I see you've become entirely trivial.
Do you miss Peter?
No. Do you?
No. Of course not.
I'm sorry.
What about?
Knicker linings.
Oh, that's marriage.
What's marriage?
An unexpectedly large expenditure on soap powder, children's vests, and other such like luxuries.
And who's that a quotation from?
In his chambers, my father, smelling of eau de cologne and occasional cigars, sat among his relics. The blown duck egg on which a client's will had once been written. The caricatures of himself in famous cases.
Timing is of great importance in the art of cross-examination. Now, I often start by counting, in silence, of course, up to 43 before starting a cross-examination.
Whatever for?
The witness imagines that you're thinking up some deadly, dangerous question.
Are you?
No, of course not. I'm just counting up to 43. But it unnerves the customer in the box.
I see. What's the point of all this, actually?
The point, my dear boy, the point is to down your opponent, to obliterate whoever's against you. That's what the point of it is. And, of course, to have a bit of fun while you're about it.
Are you intending to ask any questions?
I'm sorry, my lord.
If you have a question to ask, ask it. We can't all wait while you stand in silent prayer, you know.
Will you read that letter out to us, please, madam? Read it out aloud.
I can't.
Madam, the court is waiting.
I really can't.
Is there something in that letter which you would rather not remember?
No, not exactly.
Then read it to us, madam.
Then could I borrow your glasses?
30, 40, whoa!
My father retired on nothing but credit, optimism, and the determination not to think of anything unpleasant. His money had gone on cigars and barrels of oysters, and eau de cologne for his handkerchief, and all was first class on the railway. And great, rare Japanese cherry trees that rustled in the wind and flowered for 2 weeks a year in a green-white shower he never saw.
I'll get in it with you this time. Wait for me.
Oh!
Oh! What's this? It sounds like a celebration.
I won! Clarkson v. Clarkson.
Oh?
After 5 days.
Ha! That means 5 refreshers.
They insisted on fighting the divorce every inch of the way. Terribly litigious.
It's very festive.
Just like a wedding.
What was that? What did you say?
He's offering you a glass of champagne.
Oh, thank you.
Mother?
Well, I'm glad you can afford this sort of thing, dear boy. Now you've pinched all my business. Cheers.
Cheers.
You know what would go down very well with this champagne?
What, dear? A dry biscuit?
No, the crossword.
I'll get it.
Yes.
I mean, in that Clarkson v. Clarkson. I thought you were for the husband.
Well, of course I was for the husband.
Wasn't he the man who insisted on his wife tickling the soles of his feet for hours at a stretch?
Only while they watched television.
With a contraption? A foot tickler?
Ingenious. The whole thing was worked out by a system of weights and pulleys. But the actual act was performed by an old pipe cleaner.
Ought he to have won?
I won.
Yes, but ought you?
The judge said that it was part of the wear and tear of married life.
I mean, how did they feel about it?
Well, they did look a little confused.
Perhaps they didn't appreciate the rules of the game.
I enjoyed it.
You get more like him every day.
In his old age, my father's chief sport was starting arguments.
Music. I can't imagine anybody actually liking music. The immortality of the soul, what a boring conception. Can't imagine anything worse than living for infinity in some great transcendental hotel with nothing to do in the evening. What's the time?
8:30.
Time's nipping along nicely. You know, nothing narrows the mind like foreign travel. Stay at home. That's the best way to see the world.
I don't know that's true.
Oh, yes, of course it's true. I tell you something else, Elizabeth. There's a lot of sorry stuff in D.H. Lawrence.
I don't know about that either.
Oh, yes, there is. And I'll tell you something else. There's a lot of damn dull stuff in old Proust. Did you hear that, Elizabeth? A lot of damn dull stuff in old Proust.
Yes, I heard.
Well, I'll say one thing for you. You're an improvement on the ones he used to bring home. The gals who closeted themselves in the bathroom for hours on end. Nothing to show for it. And none of them lasted very long.
I wonder why.
Yes, I wonder. After all, my son is someone to talk to. Most parents have damn dull children. That you?
Yes, it's me.
Yeah. They tell me that play of yours came across pretty well.
Yeah.
Yes. That other fellow's play was very well reviewed. You better watch out or you'll put your nose out of joint. I've not been sleeping well lately. Well, I can't sleep, you know. I make a list of all the things I really hate.
Vegetarian banquet, 2 words.
Is it a long list?
Bean feast. What? No, not very long. Runny eggs, of course. Cold plates. Waiting for things. Parsons.
Parsons?
Yes, Parsons. On the wireless. If they bore God as much as they bore me, I'm sorry for him.
My father's a parson.
Oh, yes, I know. Oh, nymph in thy orisons be all my sins remembered. What? Hey, what? What's that? Is that a wasp?
Yes.
Well, what's it doing?
Going away.
When you've been troubled by a wasp, don't you love a fly? You find the evenings very long. Now you're married, did you find it tremendously tedious? What do? Have the wireless?
Well, we don't get bored, exactly.
We can always fight.
You know, I was surprised about that play of yours.
Oh, were you?
Yes, when you told us the story, I said, well, this is a bit thin, but you seem to come across quite well. Did that surprise you, Elizabeth?
Well,
She doesn't like it.
What?
Elizabeth doesn't like it very much.
Really? How interesting. Tell me, why not?
Not serious.
You think not? You think he's not serious?
He plays games and makes jokes. When the time comes to say anything serious, it's as if he's...
No. Oh, heaven's sake. No, go on.
Well, it's as if there's something stopping him all the time.
Really? Ah, I wonder what that could be.
Well, I should think you'd know.
Why?
Because you've never really said anything serious to him, have you? Nobody here ever says anything. They tell stories and make jokes. And something's happening.
Elizabeth, it doesn't always have to be said.
Sometimes. Sometimes it has to.
Well, what do you want to hear from me, huh? What words of wisdom, hmm? Beautiful as a butterfly, and as proud as a queen, was pretty little on the curtains on...
He had no message. I think he had no belief. He was the advocate who can take the side that comes to him first and always find words to anger his opponent.
And what?
And when the children came to see him, he told them no more and no less than he told me.
Our little Anne's getting so pretty.
Your little Anne's lovely. So are our Daniel and Jennifer.
I'd like to have done a drawing of Anne. Perhaps a pastel.
Oh, why don't you?
I gave up drawing when I got married. I mean, you have to, don't you? Give up things when you get married.
Do you?
Now, of course, there isn't time.
Doesn't he ever leave you half an hour to yourself?
He doesn't like to be left. I suppose I often think, one day I'll be alone. But you can't help thinking.
What will you do? Travel? Go to France?
Well, for one thing, I shan't dig the garden.
The enormous garden became dark and overgrown in spreading patches. Willow herb and thistles and bright poppies grew up. The fruit cage collapsed like a shaken temple, and weeds supported the tangled netting. The rhododendrons and yew hedges grew high as a jungle, tall and dark and uncontrolled, lit with unexpected flowers.
Women can be useful occasionally.
Can they?
I've often said to George, let's have a woman in chambers. Women work so much harder than men. Look how seriously girls' schools take La Crosse. They treat the law like that. I could get a ridiculous amount of work from a woman pupil.
And what does George say?
He says there's not the toilet facilities. But you know, old Carter Davidson had a woman pupil. He occupied the basement of our chambers, rooms that could be easily seen from the garden, where the masters of the King's Bench strolled after dinner. Well, they were strolling there, history relates, after some grand night with some royal personage, king, queen, princess, something of the kind. And they glanced down, and what did they see?
Well, what?
Carter Davidson and his woman pupil, naked as puppies, stretched out on the Persian rug. No. Nothing was said. But you know what?
What?
A very few days later, Sir Carter Davidson was appointed Chief Justice of the Seward Isles. They shipped him 10,000 miles from the Inns of Court, and he never understood why.
My father began to chronicle the garden's progress in his diary.
Put sodium chlorate on the front bath. Had raspberry tart with our own raspberries. The dahlias are coming into bloom. The jays are eating all the peas. Today, dragonfly flew into the sitting room. I'm laid up. Unhappily, I had to miss the destruction of the wasps' nests.
Looks very comfortable, dear.
It's impossible. Bath chair!
You'll be very glad of it, if I know anything about it.
What did he say?
Doctor says you'll be very glad of it if he knows anything about it.
But does he? Isn't that the point? Does he know anything about it?
I am qualified.
The world is filled with qualified lawyers who don't know the difference between rape and indecent assault, qualified architects whose roofs blow off in a high wind, qualified gardeners who can't tell bindweed from polygonum. Are you an exception to the laws of nature?
Are you? I should think you're tired of standing up.
Well, I'm gonna get this thing into the rose bed. Oh, what a business.
In the summer, with the garden at its most turbulent, he became suddenly very old and ill.
What are you going to take for breakfast, Mr. Phelps? Said Holmes. Curried fowl, eggs, or will you help yourself? Try the dish before you. Phelps raised the cover, and as he did so, uttered a scream and sat there staring with his face as white as the plate upon which he looked. Across the centre of it was lying a little cylinder of blue-grey paper.
The naval treaty.
Yes.
I'm afraid you find that story a great bore.
Of course not. Very exciting.
Dear Elizabeth, I'm so relieved to find you can lie as mercifully as anyone.
It was a hot, endless night in a small house surrounded by a great garden, in which all the plants were on the point of mutiny.
Darling, do you want to come and say goodnight to them?
I want a bath. Take me to the bathroom, cretins!
Don't be angry.
I'm always angry. When I'm dying.
Look, Doctor. We've got a territorial dinner in High Wycombe. Don't let him sleep, that's the main thing. Come on. Wakey, wakey. That's better. The only thing is to keep his eyes open. There's really nothing else. I've spoken to your mother. I'll come back in the morning.
Wake up. Wake up. Please. Please. Wake up. I'd been told of all the things you're meant to feel. Sudden freedom. Growing up. The end of dependence. You step into the sunlight when no one is taller than you, and you're in no one else's shadow. I know what I felt. Lonely.